see a sick child, you have to react. My name is Tom Walsh. I'm from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I come from a large family. I'm the oldest of 7 children, and I've been involved with children all my life. Probably about 30 years ago, I got involved with Make-A-Wish in kind of a strange way. My wife was in the hospital with cancer, and I went to an event, and the governor was speaking, and he introduced 3 children and said that they were going to have their wish granted to go to see meet John Denver and go to Disney World, and another one. And then he named 3 other names and said those were the wish kids we had last year. And he said all 3 of them had passed away. Ever since that day, kids that are severely ill have had a big part in my life and my family.
The way that we kind of talk about is when you drop a stone into a still pond, it creates circles. And those circles keep growing and growing. And those circles become not only waves of love, but tidal waves of love. And what's happened is that there's a lot of coincidences we think happen, but they're really God's. They were intended to happen. People were meant to get together. The stars all line up.
I came to Cabo. I came down here to relax and have fun like most people do, and you end up falling in love with the place because the people and the families and the children are so special. And as time went by, I got a call from a good friend, Tricia Porchowski, a single mother, about 3 children with leukemia. Well, she asked if I could help out, and I've got some good friends that have hospitals up in South Dakota, so I called Dr. Marwan Hanna, a pediatric oncologist, and he said if we could get the kids up there, he'd treat them. Well, that sounded all great, but unfortunately, all 3 of the kids died before we could get them visas. Now we've got a system set up where we can get visas for sick children in 2 to 3 weeks at most.
Armando was diagnosed with cancer, and he needed a bone marrow transplant. His other brothers were no matches. So the family conceived another child, Joshua, who turned out to be a match. We took him up to the United States to the Mayo Clinic. He is the youngest donor for bone marrow in the world at 1 year old. And Armando is our hero. And this is his brother that donated twice to him.
So that was kind of the start of it, and as time went by, another child would show up that needed help, and I'd call and we'd get them up there, and a good friend from American Airlines, Monty Ford, agreed to fly the kids back and forth for us, so we had a system set up. And as time went on, there were more and more children, and it became evident that we have to do something down here.
Poder compartir con gente que tiene un corazón lo suficientemente grande para que se vea a simple vista. Tom, de verdad, felicidades por lo que estás haciendo. Gracias por lo que estás haciendo. Que Dios te bendiga, Tom. Gracias a quienes aportan. Gracias a quienes ponen su dinero, pero que saben para qué es el dinero. Es bonito tenerlo, es bonito disfrutarlo, pero es más bonito saber emplearlo bien. De verdad, a quienes están haciendo este gran esfuerzo, reciban la felicitación del gobierno del estado.
So we started helping out down here. We formed an organization and put together a board of directors, a small one, and started the Los Cabos Children's Foundation back in, officially back in 2005. Since then, We've had over 25 children up in the United States. We've partnered with St. Jude's, and we're currently treating 48 children down here with cancer. We've been involved with a number of programs that affects kids' health. You can't, when you have healthy children and grandchildren, when you see a sick child, you have to react. I mean, the worst nightmare a parent has is the thought of outliving their children. And to see what these folks go through and what we take for granted in the United States is a miracle for them. So we've kind of come to the philosophy that when you help any child, you help all children. And since then, we've just kept growing and taking care of kids. When I go to these cancer wards or these hospitals and see these kids in horrific condition fighting for their lives, it breaks your heart. You see the parents there, and the first reaction is to break down and cry and sorrow with them. But over the years, I've learned that isn't what they need. They need joy in their life, a cheerleader, maybe even a clown. Because a lot of them lose their kids, and as a parent, it hurts. We have a ball. We make things better for kids and families, and we've saved a lot of lives, and we're changing the world down here medically for these children. It is a whole new situation, and now we've got the governor and the first lady, the mayor and his first lady involved, and Cabo and the Baja is becoming even a more special place now that we're making a difference in the lives of these children and families.